Okay, this week we are doing a multi-instrumental tutorial and looking at the song Nearer My God to Thee, which was the song played by the band on the Titanic as we discussed in last week's music video. So we're going to look at all the parts to this song and learn how to play it on the trombone, trumpet, ukulele, violin, cello or viola. Whatever your instrument is, you'll be able to play along with this. Now, you're not all going to have the same part. I have arranged this as a band piece with each instrument on a different line of music. So some of you are going to have the melody, some of you are going to have a harmony or a bass line, and that will support the piece and create a more interesting piece to play along with. Also, it means some of you don't have really high notes to worry about, which is quite hard on some of the instruments like the trumpet. So I've tried to write a good part for each instrument that you'll enjoy playing along with, and then you can play along with it next week once you have learnt it. So have a good look at the video today, have a good look at your part of the tutorial. Now there's lots of little bits of the tutorial, obviously one bit for every instrument I've mentioned. So I'm going to put on the screen in just a second timestamps for where your part of the video is, and actually what you need to do is just skip to that bit of the video in a minute and then you can look at that part of the tutorial and see what you need to do for next week. So make sure you learn your part of the song, learn how to play it, and then next week with the video you'll be able to play along with that as well. Okay, so the timestamps for your instrument sections of this tutorial should be on the screen now, and you can now skip to that part of the video and learn your part of the song. These are the ukulele chords for Nearer My God to Thee, and I'm going to talk you through what we need to do right now. We've got a C7, an F, and a B flat. Let's look at the F first. Hopefully we're all okay with the F. It's our first and second finger like that. First finger, second finger. Make sure it's the second string up and the top string for your second finger there. So that's your F chord. And for the C7, it's really easy. The C7 is just your first finger on the bottom string of the first fret there like that. So it's really easy to play a C7. Should sound like this. And then your B flat is a little bit tricky and it looks like that. It's your first finger on the first two strings on the first fret there, second finger on the second fret on the third string up, and your third finger on the third fret on the top string. 1, 2, like that. First, second string, third string, fourth string. First finger, second finger, third finger. Have a good look at the diagram if you're not sure. Your B flats should sound like this. It's really important that your first finger covers those two strings really tightly and you press that really firmly to play a nice B flat chord. Okay, so it starts on an F like this. Nearer my B flat, God to Thee. Back to the F. Nearer to C7, the F again. B flat, B across, back to the F, that C7, raiseth F, me, stay on the F, still B flat, all back to the F, my song shall be, stay on the F, near B flat, back to the F, my God to C7, the F, nearer my B flat, God to the F, near C7, to F at the end. And the strumming pattern we're doing throughout all of that is just a really slow down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Okay, and there you are, there's the ukulele part. Right, for the violin part, we are starting on an A. We've got the melody line, so it's quite easy to play along because it's the part you'll recognise. It's the melody line that you'll know and that you'll automatically want to play. So this is quite easy for that respect. So it starts on the A. A, G, F, F, D, D. So we're starting on that A string, and then we're going to the D string. So it's A, G, F, and the G is obviously D3, and the F is D2. So it's A, G, F, F, D, D. Then we are going to the C, which is on the G string, so it's G3. We're going to go C, F, A, G. So back to the D string, D2 for the F, open A, and D3 for the G. So C3, D2, A string, D3. Okay, then we repeat the first bar. A, G, F, F, D, D. And then it's C, F, E, G, F. So C, G3 again, F, D2 again, E, D1, G, D3, and the F, D2. I'll play it slowly. C, that's G3, D2, D1, D3, back to D2. G3, D2, D1, D3, D2. And that's your first 8 bars. Then we get to the double bar, and we are on our A string. It's a top C, so that's an A2. C, D, C, A2, A3, A2. C, A, C. So that's an A2, open A, back to the A2. So 2, open, back to the 2. All on the A string. Again, repeats. C, D, C, C, A, G, down to the G. So that's your D3 at the end of that one. And then back to the first part that we did. A, G, F, F, D, D on the open A string. G, which is D3 of course. Open D. Then that G3 again for the low C. D2 for the F. Whoops. D2 for the F. D1 for the E. D3 for the G. D2 again. And there you are, there's the violin part. Okay, this is the viola part, and I've got the music on the screen in front of you for you to follow, and I've put the finger positions on the score for you as well, so as you read the notes you can see what fingers you need to use. I'm going to just talk you through that now and make sure you understand the rhythms as well. So it starts on a middle C for you, C, and then goes down to an A, and an F. C, C, A, F, F, F. That's your opening 2 bars. And that starts on the G string with 3rd finger for the C, goes down to the G string with 1 finger for the A, and then down to the C string with 3 fingers for the low F. C, C, A, F, F, F. Then we go back to the A, which is our G string with 1 finger. A, C, C. 4 beats on that sleep on the 4th bar for the C. And we've got the A and the C there that we've just done. So it's G string 1st finger for that A again, and G string 3rd finger for that C again. A, C, C, 2, 3, 4. And then we're into the 5th bar, and it repeats the beginning. C, C, A, F, F, F. Starting on the G string third finger, down to the G string first finger, and then onto the C string with our third finger. And then for the last two bars before the double bar, we've got F, A, G, C, A. So it starts on that F on the C string, third finger, then the rest of it is on the G string. F, A, G, C, A. And that's F to the A, which is G string first finger, down to the open G string, up to the C, which is G3, three fingers, down to the A, which is G, one finger. And that is the first half of the piece. That's the first 8 bars. We're now at the double bar. We now go into the chorus of the piece, which starts on that middle C again, and it goes up to a top F. I'm going to sing it lower now because I can't sing that high. So it goes C, F, C, F. They are all strides at this point. They're all 2-beat minims, or strides as we call them. So it starts on the C, which is your G string third finger, up to your F, which is your D string second finger. We do that twice. C, F, C, F. Then we play the C for a third time and go to a D this time. C, D, which is just an open D string. And then for the fourth bar, back to the C, C, E. And for the E, it's D string first finger. And then we're back to the opening few bars, which is C, C, A, F, F, F. C, C, A, F, 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 and then it finishes with F, A, G, C, A. And at the end there, it is C3 for the F, G1 for the A, G0 for the open G, G3 for the C, and G1 to finish on that A. And don't forget that A is a sleep, and we hold it for 4 beats. And that is the viola part. There you are. Okay, next up is the cello part. And I've got the music on screen in front of you so you can see the notes. And I've written the finger positions on the music above the notes for you, above the score for you, so you can follow that. And I'm just going to talk you through that now. So the cello part starts on an F. And it starts on an F, which is a D string with 2 fingers. Then it goes down to the C and the D, which is G4 and open D. So it goes from the D string with 2 fingers down to a G string with 4 fingers up to an open D. And that's going to sound a little bit like F, C, D. And then we stay on the D. F, C, D, 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 D. Then we go down to an A, which is our G string first finger, and we play A, C, back up to the G string fourth finger. So A, C, 2, 3, 4. Don't forget that C is a sleep, so we hold it for 4 beats. Then we go back to what we did at the beginning, that F, which is our D string second finger, F, C, D, 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 and that is the F on D string second finger, followed by the G with our fourth finger there, and our open D string for the rest of that bar. And then just before the double bar, we've got the same again, A, C, F. So a little bit different to how we did it before. Back on that A, which is G string first finger, play that twice, and then G string fourth finger for the C, A, C, F, which is D third finger. Okay, then we are at the double bar. At the double bar, we are going to have minims, or strides as we call them, and there's 6 of those coming now. So it starts on the C, which is of course G4, G string fourth finger, C, F, C, F, our F's being D string second finger. So 4 of those, C, F, C, F, then back to the C again, C, D, which is an open D string this time. So C, D, back to the C for the last time, C, E, C, with 2 walks there. Now that E is a D1, so D first finger, and then down to the C again on G string fourth finger. and then back to what we played at the beginning. F, C, D, 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 D. So F, D, D2, F, C, G4, D, open D string, D, 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 C, which is G4, C, 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 F on D2 at the end. And just remember to hold that last note for 4 beats because it is another sleep. And there you are, that is the cello part. This is the trumpet part, and this is not the melody line, this is a harmony line, which means it's not the line of music that you know, it is a harmony that will fit underneath that and add some extra depth to the music. It starts on a G and goes down to a C. And it's actually using an F sharp there, so instead of a normal F, we're going to play an F sharp on the second valve. G, F sharp, E, C. And they're pretty much all the notes we're going to need. We're going to need a D as well, so we're going to need C, D, E, F, G. We're also going to need a low B later, which is also the second valve. So the new notes on this piece that we're maybe not used to are an F sharp and a B, and they're both just the second valve. So G, F sharp, E, C, E, E, like this. Third and fourth bar, D, G, D, F sharp. Remember that second valve for the F sharp? It sounds like this. The fifth and the sixth bars are the same as the first and second. G, F sharp, E, C, E, E. Using that second valve for the F sharp again. And then the last two bars of the first part. D, G, F sharp, D, G. Remember D is our first and third. D, G, F sharp, D, G. And then we get to the double bar and the second part of the song. It goes down to the D, D, E, D, D, B, D. Now the B, remember, is our second valve there. And then it goes D, E, D, D, E, F sharp, again on the second valve. And then we're back to the beginning. G, F sharp, E, C, E, E. And the last two bars, D, G, F sharp, D, G. And there you are, that's the trumpet part. Okay, this is the trombone part for Nearer My God to Thee. Now this is effectively the bass line. It's very similar to the cello, so it's all the low notes. So you're not going to hear the melody that you're playing, you're going to play with the melody and you're going to provide a bass, a nice low bass line to go with that. So you're adding a lot of depth to the piece overall. So it starts on our F, which obviously we normally play in first, but I'm going to give you a quick tip for this piece because you can actually also play an F in sixth position. Let's just try that. Play an F in first. Now reach out to sixth where you'd normally play your C and you can play the same note. And that will be very useful in today's piece. So it starts on an F, C, D, B flat, da, da. So that's 1, 6, 4, 1, 1, 1. Let's try that bit. Then we have got C, C, F, C, and this is where we can play the F in sixth, because we can play the C in sixth, just go up to the F and back down to the C. C, C, F, C, all in sixth position. And then we repeat the first two bars again. F, C, D, B flat, da da. So 1, 6, 4, 1, 1, 1. And again, we use our sixth position F now. C, 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 F. And we can stay in sixth for that F. Now we get to the double bar, and at the double bar, so the second half of the piece, we go into C's and F's. C, F, C, F. We can do that all in sixth. And then we go to C, D, C, E. So that's 6, 4, 6, 2, like this. And then we are back to the beginning. F, C, D, B flat, da da. 1, 6, 4, 1, 1, 1. And then just to finish off, C, 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 F, 6, 6, 6. And then you can either go to the F in sixth or back to 1 as it's the last note. Okay, and there you are, there's the trombone part. Okay, so there is your tutorial for Nearer My God to Thee. Do have a look at your part carefully. And next week I will be releasing a play along for all those parts together, so you can play your part along with the video and enjoy being part of that wonderful traditional music.